Hi, this is Alex Metricarti, Chief Marketing and Public Relations Officer for Living Branches, and today is Saturday, February 13th. I'm here with just a few short updates. Ed Brubaker, our Living Branches President and CEO, and I will be back next week with one of our regular videos. But in the meantime, here are just a few updates for you. First of all, let's start with our COVID case counts at Living Branches. At the present time, we have one resident in Oakwood Court who is testing positive, and that is the only person, staff or resident, who's positive right now, which is great news. Because we have few cases on our campuses, and because the positivity rate in Montgomery and Bucks County is declining, we felt confident this week that we could restart visits for residents in healthcare, memory care, and personal care. These are the community space visits that we did in the fall in the chapel or fellowship room or activity room, the other common spaces. So if you would have not already and you would like to sign up for a visit with your loved one, please go to our website at livingbranches.org/coronavirus, and there are links on that page to get you to the signups. For the present time, we are still not having on-campus visiting for residential living residents. And the reason for that is because obviously those visits would be taking place in individual residences, not in a common area. And so we want the positivity rate to decline just a little bit more before we reopen for residential living visits. We are targeting 5% in Montgomery County and Bucks County. And Montgomery County this week was, I think, 7.5, something around there. So the positivity rate is really declining. So hopefully just a few more weeks and we will be reopened for residential living visits as well. We continue having our vaccination clinics. So at this point, if you have not signed up for a vaccine and you want to receive one, if you are a resident of Living Branches, please make sure you are talking with your social worker because we have had clinics for residents on all three campuses at this point. You may have read in the news recently, you may have seen that the CDC has revamped its guidelines for quarantine for persons who are vaccinated. I want to make sure that we all understand that unfortunately that information does not apply for residents or staff who are living or working in skilled nursing, memory care, or personal care. In fact, yesterday, the state of Pennsylvania released what's called a HAN, which is basically the guidelines that they are giving for us. And they did not include any changes to quarantine procedures for persons who are vaccinated. So what that means is that if someone is exposed to COVID on one of our campuses, if they're a resident, or if they're a staff person, that area is shutting down for 14 days and we are going through our normal pandemic protocols. From my opinion, sort of reading between the lines, I think that the CDC and the Pennsylvania Health Department just feel they don't have quite enough information yet on how the vaccine can protect people in congregate living areas, which is of course what we are. So at the present time, no changes for us, which is a little bit disappointing, but we've come this far. We certainly don't want to let COVID back into our campuses. The other thing I want to update you on actually has nothing to do with COVID, which is very encouraging, and that is that Living Branches is getting ready to introduce an emergency alert system that will be able to notify residents, resident family members, and staff persons if there was an emergency on campus. So this is similar to many school districts have this where you get called and notified if there's a snow day or something like that. We will be able to do the same thing. So you'll see more information about that coming in the next few weeks, but I did just want to make you aware that that was something we are looking forward to introducing. So if you have questions, please feel free to email me at coronavirusquestions@livingbranches.org. Or if not, I will see you all next week. Thank you.